SRG Universe. This is your boy, the illustrious one. Apparently, this is how we're supposed to start our promos now. But as you can see, Harvey Luster has been traveling, has been flying around the U.S., around these United States, carrying out duties as as your inaugural United States champion. Now, what kind of duties might Harvey Luster have? Well, Harvey Luster has duties on his own, not just being champion, but just being the ladies' man that he is. So, Harvey Luster's noticed that there is an issue where tourism is down due to the pandemic in these United States. And this has affected a couple of things. The first thing being the travel industry. So, Harvey Luster was helping to assist and make sure that there were folks within the airline industry to accommodate this year and assisting with inducting individuals into the Mile High Club because it would just not do to not have a class of 2020 in the Mile High Club. Now, in addition, Harvey Luster's made trips around to like Washington and New York, to Arlington. So Harvey Luster checked on the monuments there. There's been some monuments that have been destroyed, been torn down recently because of, racial issues and such. But there has been also some vandalism to ones that are nationally known monuments that don't have anything to do with the Civil War or racial inequality. So Harvey Luster wanted to make sure that all of the United States, the major monuments were still standing and unmolested. So Harvey Luster checked on the obelisk thing, the Washington Monument. He stopped by. He saw the Abraham Lincoln, and this man was much taller than people think. Abraham Lincoln was a giant. If Harvey Luster was to sit in that chair, he would look like the Lily Tomlin with his legs dangling off the edge of the seat. The man was enormous, and Harvey Luster made a trip over to the Arlington Cemetery. Harvey Luster saw the tomb of the soldier. People call this young man the unknown soldier. It's simply because people just don't take the time to sit down and talk with him. Harvey Luster has spent some time with him, and the two of us have grown fairly close. Then probably the most important part of Harvey Luster's trip, he did make it into the Big Apple for a short period, but was unable to stop by and see any of the SRG folks there, any of the LFF contenders and such. It was a very, very quick trip, but the illustrious one did make time to check in on the Lady Liberty because, everything Harvey Luster does for the ladies, it just seemed appropriate to check in on the Lady Liberty because even though she is over 300 foot tall, big girls need loving too. Now, since Harvey Luster's mentioned being the inaugural United States champion, that's, I guess, the elephant in the room that within the first 12 hours of claiming that title, a 6.5 hour competition among 54 individuals, the SRG boss had already made the announcements that he had chosen someone as the #1 contender. And within the next 100 hours, the SRG boss had made the announcement of not just that individual, but a second contender. So Harvey Luster's thinking, wow, it's great to be a fighting champion, but to earn a champion at 1:30 in the morning and have it declared that there was already a contender before noon that day, and then again just a few days later to already have a second contender lined up. Obviously, this is a ploy from the SRG boss to put a rift between the NWO because, as everybody knows, Jacob Maynard is Harvey Luster's boy, his tag team partner. And so, obviously, the decimation of the Brian Schmidt and others during the tournament, Harvey Luster has touched a nerve, and the Crumb Wave is looking to exact some sort of revenge. This ploy will not work. Regardless of the outcome with the title, the NWO will still have the United States Championship, regardless of whether it is Jacob Maynard, the illustrious one. Harvey Luster and Jacob are gonna have a good, clean match. It will most likely even ruin the SRG boss's plans for other things, as just in name, the two of us competing is set to be the match of the year. So that's something to tune in and watch for soon. Uh, but the other thing is, there will not be any hijinks. As you can see by the title itself, there is no DQ stipulations and such. So if Javi Luster was to try to run disqualification cards to retain the title and lose by disqualification, the title would still be lost. So there won't be any of that. It will be a good sporting fight between the two. And Javi Luster has no concerns as far as winning and losing the title at this point. Javi Luster accomplished what he wanted with a major tournament victory, and kind of solidified himself in there. As folks know, Javi Luster's been around for a while and has been a contender in many ways, just never been able to put together the run for a major tournament. Um, Titles, as Javi Luster likes to say, titles is like women. Sometimes they come and they go, and you enjoy them while you have them. Sometimes they have great personality, and Javi Luster comes and goes. But that's neither here nor there. Javi Luster is going to enjoy the run as champion. If he retains against Jacob Maynard, he'll be prepared for Alex Flores and be a fighting champion. If Jacob Maynard does manage to take the title off of Javi Luster, he will then be prepared to compete against Alex Flores to defend the title. I mean, there's really no qualms there about it. The SRG boss is just trying to shake things up, and this is just a typical crumb wave ploy to affect another faction they see as a threat. Obviously, there's been some recent developments, things trying to take the title off of the Woolly Bully and throwing multiple contenders at him and multiple title defenses over the course of the last 6 months until they were able to manage to pry that title away from him. So this is not something new or surprising to Harvey Luster or any other member of the NWO. But the New World Order will prevail, and we'll do what we continue to do, which is shake things up and stir things up in the SIG universe. Because why else? We do it all for the ladies.